Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and make sure you hit the subscribe button today before you leave. Make sure to thumbs up the video if you like what you see, and make sure to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on. All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back, Flavor Crew. My lovely subscribers. I miss you guys, but welcome back. All right, so today's video, of course, is a checkup. I do want to just check up on everybody and make sure that you guys are doing okay with the Bible reading and your fasting. I want to make sure everything is going good and, just kind of hear from you all personally about, any struggles you've experienced or what have you. So if you can comment below, of course, and just, let me know what's going on. If you want to personally contact me, my email will be in the more info box as well. If you just need to, hit me up, or if you already are Facebook friends with me, great. You can go ahead and send me a message. But I do want to check in. I also want to leave you with the questions for the week based on the reading. So, of course, as a recap, last week we read First Peter. It was First Peter in the chapters of 1 through 5, and we read a chapter a day. So Monday through Friday we had reading, and then of course you had your fasting. So whatever you were fasting for, then okay, of course you already knew. So the question for the weekly wonderings is there are two questions. First question is, what are some difficulties you face in your daily life living as a believer? And that was based on the readings, because First Peter talked a lot about living for God throughout those 5 chapters. So I kind of just rounded it up and looked through the chapters for myself, and I said, okay, I think this would be a great question. Like, well, what are some of some of your struggles? And I kind of did some self reflection as well, which I'll get to in a moment. And question number 2 is, how do you use your relationship with Christ to combat the stress, annoyances, issues with people, etc.? So, yep, and those questions will be in the more info box below as well. And I probably put them like in the annotation box as well, so you will see, or it'd be like in a banner or something like right before the video, right after the video, so you're gonna know what the questions are. They will be written out for you, definitely. So to answer those questions for myself personally, some of my issues that I face in my daily life as a believer would be, number 1 would be trusting God's timing. 2 for me would be like toggling between the new me and then the old me, and then dealing with like besetting sins. And remember I talked about besetting sins like some time ago last year. Besetting sins would be just sins that keep coming back for you. Like, you keep trying to escape them, and they, for some reason, they become like a stronghold on you, and you can't seem to, shake them. So, yeah, that would be the definition of a besetting sin. So yeah, for me, definitely with, just trusting God's timing and just trying to, um, you know, sometimes you may find yourself in a situation where you're going between your thought process of who you used to be before you came back to Christ, or came to Christ, period, and then who you are now in Christ. And so you kind of have to make decisions. So those are usually those tests and trials and tribulations that come to get you, right? They come to visit you. And so you're just trying to figure out who you are and, kind of make the best decision. And basically for question number 2, as far as how do I use my relationship with Christ to combat stress, annoyances, issues with people, etc. in my daily life and in general. Well, basically I just sit with him. I talk to him daily, even when I think I don't want to. He's taught me how to better manage my human emotions and how to separate them from the real me. So I learned a lot about that, like especially within my last season. I had a lot of tough times, and just, I had days where I'm depressed now. I have moments of depression, and sometimes depression would last me a few hours. Sometimes it would last me a couple of days where I'm just like miserable. for about whatever in my life. Maybe because I had maybe certain ambitions that had not come to pass yet. And it's like almost like you become upset with God because you feel like I should have been here by now at this point in my life, and I'm watching, this person, that person right there just kind of surpass me. And it's not that you're not proud of that person, but you really want to get there yourself. And I'll talk about this like numerous occasions, like how you just kind of you get tired of being like in the waiting queue. I feel like I'm always in the waiting queue, and I have been feeling that like really strongly lately. And sometimes that can kind of drive a wedge between you and God because you just kind of get upset. Your emotions drive a wedge between you and Him because your emotions are like a wall sometimes that build up. And also, speaking of like walls being built up and wedges in relationships, I just thought sometimes between a husband and a wife, or even best friends, any kind of relationship in life, emotions can build walls between those people as well. So it just makes me think back to that right now in this moment. It's so important, how you need to get your relationship with Christ on, a good level, a good page before he even sends you, your God ordained mate. And he's teaching you, even in dealing with your emotions, and he teaches you how to manage those emotions and how to separate them from who you are and how you really feel and things like that. He teaches you that he wants to teach you that before you even get a mate because, marriage brings about a lot of different emotions, and it's gonna be, every moment won't be, like I mean, most moments will be which you may have disagreement with your spouse, and so if you don't know how to manage your emotions and you don't know who you are, and you have no idea how to separate yourself, the real you, from your emotions, you may end up saying a lot of hurtful things to your spouse unintentionally, but it's because you have no control over who you are. You have no control over your emotions and how you feel, and I mean, we all reach those brinks, but I mean, to even be pushed, for even your spouse to push you to that point, or you to push to get pushed to that point, or push them to that point, it's like these are just signs that you have not learned to manage these things well. So he was just teaching me that, because even in marriage, you have to have that communication factor. So you still have to be communicating even when you're angry, and that's probably and that's the time when you really don't want to communicate, but you kind of have to communicate so that you can get through that rough patch and get back to again. So you have to, when you kind of like, you have to talk through that. You can't sit there and like, I'm like, and even if you like that for a minute, you got to come back and talk it out, whatever, kind of was, sticking in your crawl there. You got to talk it out. So same thing with him. Like, if I'm feeling some type of way, about something that, I think he's doing or hasn't done, or whatever, I have to talk to him. And he'll press in my spirit, like, you need to talk to me. Why don't you tell me how you feel so we can, kind of resolve this. And time I start talking to him, what happens? The joy is restored, the peace is restored, and I am good. All of a sudden I'm like, okay. And that's what he means by that peace that surpasses all understanding. It surpasses my understanding. And I'm like, I'm a very smart girl, but even I don't get it. I'm like, I don't understand. I was like pissed off 2 seconds ago, and now I'm like, I am beaming from ear to ear. And I'm like, I am happy, and my faith is restored. My faith grows stronger too in that moment. So, that can happen for you as well. So, and God will show you that, So ask Him to show you that if you notice that you struggle with that in your life, you struggle with your relationship with Him or whoever. It can be other people. If you're currently married now, you're struggling with that with your spouse. Definitely seek God on that. He will show you how to manage that so that it doesn't take you up and down a roller coaster all the time, and you like, I have no idea how to communicate effectively with my spouse. I have no idea how to manage emotions effectively. This is something that you have to learn. Before you get married, or even when you, if you're already married or you engaged to be married, these are things that have to get under control. So yeah, but anyway, for next week we will be starting 2 Peter. So we'll be doing 1 through 3. It's only 3 chapters, so a chapter a day. Remember, it'll be starting on Monday. Yeah, so tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be starting 2 Peter tomorrow. Okay, chapter 1, so a chapter a day. And then for that Thursday, You're going to be reading, let's see, Psalms. Let me go and make sure. Yeah, you're going to be doing 2 Peter 1 to 3, and then for that Thursday, you're going to be Psalms 100 and 101 for that Thursday. And then that Friday, you'll be doing Psalms 102 and then 103 for that Friday. And just finishes the week off. And then, of course, keep up with your fasting. Definitely keep up with your fasting. If you want to read something else in the Bible, of course, you're welcome to do so. So, yeah, and then I'll be back again next week with another weekly Wanderings video. It'll be a brand new question or questions, and definitely, as far as your responses to these 2 questions, drop them in the comments below, or you can email me your responses. Either one is fine. You can Facebook me your responses. It doesn't matter how you want to let me know your responses. It's up to you. So go ahead and you can leave me your responses, and we'll go ahead and I'll read over your responses. We'll talk about them in the next video, and I'll have your I'll have the new questions for next week. Yeah, because then we'll be going into week 3 at that time. So all right, loves. But that's pretty much all I had. I just want to do a check-in. And let me know how you guys are doing. How's the fasting going? Are there any difficulties, any struggles? Do you notice a change now? We've been doing this for a week now. Are you feeling differently about things? Are things getting harder or are they getting easier? So, let me know. You can let me know how you guys are doing. You can email me, Facebook me, or just comment below. All right. So if that will be all, I will see you guys in a few days. All right. Love you guys. Take care. And as always, God bless. Bye.